Now, today is World Mental Health Day, and new data shows that more than half of us think plants, and getting involved in gardening has helped to improve our moods over the past 2 years.
And even though winter is on its way, gardener Michael Perry says now is the perfect time to begin planting wildflowers. Morning to you, Michael. Is that right?
Morning.
You should be out planting wildflowers now.
Absolutely. A lot of people don't realise that autumn is the best season for gardening, because a lot of us think, oh, it gets to Easter, kind of May time. We then go out, we plant everything. It's kind of harder work because you have to water in. It's a lot warmer. Actually, planting a lot of things in the autumn gets you ahead. So sowing wildflower seeds, planting bulbs, planting bare root plants as well. And of course, putting down mulch, kind of preparing everything for the season after. And you can do it at your own pace as well this time of year.
You're obviously known on social media as Mr. Plant Geek, and you've got a huge following. How helpful has the being green-fingered been for your own mental health? And how much are you hearing people saying they're turning to it as a kind of tool to help them with mental health problems?
Yeah, definitely. Really good question. Because for me, I call myself Mr. Plant Geek these days, but there was a time when I was at school and I was a geek, and it wasn't cool to be a geek in those days. And so I was really ashamed of being in love with plants. And so it was kind of like a nice refuge for me. And so I grew up with plants, and kind of they were always by my side. And I think people are now seeing this. And especially during the pandemic, people were starting to really get into houseplants, for example, because they see the mental health benefits. It's like having something to care for. It's like having a pet in the home. That plant is depending on you, and that kind of means something. Not to mention, the air purification benefits, the fact that it softens a lot of the decor inside, and it's fun. And you can see on Instagram, it's become very collectible. People have got, generally an average of about 50 houseplants these days.
Yeah, I know what you mean about that relationship with a plant. We've got a little basil pot at home, and it gets all droopy and sad after a while. Then you put some little water in it, and then it perks up, and it
perks you up.
Perks me up because it's perked up, which is weird. Michael, what's going on with the plants behind you? Are there any plants in particular that you would recommend for keeping at home to improve your mental
health? I can see a cheese plant, am I right?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, just over, where is it? Over there.
There it is, get that shoulder.
This is a kind of baby one as well. When it gets a bit bigger, it'll have a lot more holes in the leaves because that's how it lets light in. Brilliant for beginners as well, because, with my job, I travel quite a lot. So the houseplants I have here, they kind of have to look after themselves a little bit. So you've got cheese plant, you've got big succulents here. Over here, I've got a parlor palm. Really nice to have bigger plants as well, because they look after themselves a bit more because they don't dry out as quickly. So yeah, it's great to start for beginners, or cacti, succulents, because at this time of year, they won't need any water at all. So that is perfect for a beginner, someone that forgets to water their plants, or, actually the main reason people go wrong with houseplants is they overwater them. So you can always revive a plant that's underwatered than one that's overwatered. And always water it yourself. Don't share the task with your partner, your flatmate, your housemate. Just you're the only one that waters. That's the way you can get it right.
You're so right. This is what happens in my house. Yeah. My husband will say, I've just watered that. And I'll be like, I just watered it. It's going to drown. Don't do that.
Just one person, once a week, an alarm on your phone. You then know you're going to go around and assess what needs watering. If something doesn't need watering, don't water it. But just once a week, just do that eyeball around the house.
And gardening, I suppose, doesn't have to be in the house. It doesn't have to be in the garden. A lot of people don't have gardens. You can also do guerrilla gardening. There's been a whole movement, hasn't there, sort of guerrilla planting of wildflowers, chucking these wildflower bombs out the window and roundabouts or wherever it might be. That's got to give you a little bit of a boost.
Oh, absolutely. And you can make up your own seed balls at home with a little bit of clay, put the seeds inside, mix in a bit of cayenne pepper, then the predators don't then go and eat the seed. But yeah, you can spread those all around. I mean, people can also grow wildflowers in a window box at home. So, people might be listening to this and thinking, oh, I haven't got an outdoor space. But actually, even if you haven't got a balcony, you could probably fix up a window box, sow that with wildflower seeds, and then you've got this almost meadow outside your window. So you're getting those outdoor flower benefits as well. And it's a good idea to grow more wildflowers, which are good for pollinators. If you're growing your own veg, you're going to have more pollinators in your garden and get better veg crops as well. So it's not good for the environment, it's good for you as well.